welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Guardian's Everyman crossword, and this is the one being published on Sunday, the 20th of April, 2025. So as ever, I don't publish this for a week because there's a prize attached to it, which is why there's no check or reveal buttons available to you. I also don't go back and check the answers generally. I'm normally very confident of what I've managed to do. Once in a while I have to go into the next week. Hopefully that's not going to be the case today. I just need to check my screen set up. Okay, which it is. So yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I had a bit of a struggle last week on the last couple, and it has been getting a little bit harder each week. But I think it's okay. I don't know. Let's see how today's goes. I haven't looked yet. I'm getting to it a bit later than normal. 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Easter Sunday. So anyway, enough waffling. I'm going to give it a go. Gosh, a long one across the top. Okay, let's a cow's audible goodbye. A cow's audible is a moo, a low, allow, adieu, adieu. A cow's audible. Adios, adios. Okay, what's this long one? With choppers battle ready. Tooth in the, long in the tooth. With choppers battle ready. No. Offer ring to one who's not intended. Offer ring to one who's not intended. You think that's an O going in there somewhere, but okay, let's look at this one. Spot, mark, and point. Spot, mark, and point. Spot is to see. Mark and point. Nope. Poo-poo's a kabuki's characters in Japanese port. Osaka. That's a hidden word. That's fair enough. That's easy enough to get to. Spooner. Just forget Spooner. Judgment in hearings parallel. In hearings parallel. I wonder if that's something to do with a sound like in hearings. Parallel is lines. Judgment ratings, rates. Every man practices hygiene, you say. Baloney. Every man is I. Practices hygiene. Don't think it's anagram that. Hygiene, I wash. I wash. Okay, yeah, I wash. There we go. That's baloney. I wash. So that's sound like. In this place, heartless simple tune that's passed down. In this place is here. Heartless simple is Hesse. Tune that's passed down. Hereditary. Yeah, it's not like hereditary, isn't it? Simple is SE. In this place is here. Simple is SE. So is it hearse? Tune that's passed down. Heredity. Heredity. Okay, ditty. But where's my SE? Simple tune is a ditty. Here, ditty. But that doesn't. Ditty isn't. I thought ditty had a double T. Okay, let's go with that for now. What's this going to be? Evil doctor to tattoo most of infants, covering bottoms up. Look at this one because I want to see if that T's in the right place. Although it probably won't help me if it's heredity. Let's go back to the acrosses. Mouldy Frenchman tears up when cleaned, or tears up. Tears up. Frenchman is normally either Rene or M. Mouldy. Okay, excellent. Okay, excellent. Miss d'Urberville and love to return. So A1 for Miss. Finding border region. Okay, love is O. Miss d'Urberville is Tess, isn't it? Ossetia. Tess the d'Urbervilles. I assume. A1. I don't know where Ossetia is at all. Let's look at this one. Is the writer to be sold, my friend? Is the writer? I'm impal to be sold. Poorly raised oath, as discussed, previously discussed, aforesaid. Bam, bam, bam. Evil doctor to tattoo. So doctor could be an anagram to tattoo. Most of infants is maybe to tattoo is to ink. Most of infants covering bottoms up. With endless fury, aunt tasted a dodgy, unhealthy ingredient. Gosh, fur aunt. Is that just an anagram? Fur aunt tasty, eh? To give you a some kind of fat, isn't it? It's unsaturated fat, I think that is. And probably that's an anagram of aunt. We got UNAT tasted 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 A. Yeah. There you go. A lot of work that was just to prove that it was unsaturated fat. Okay, so unsaturated fat might rhyme with that one. Chat. Evil. What? Otherwise, if there is a rhyming pair, it could be the top one. It could be the top one and the bottom one. To the, what's this? With choppers to the teeth, isn't it? It's going to be teeth, I think. With choppers battle ready, armed to the teeth, I think that is. Okay, armed to the teeth seems reasonable. So I think probably the bottom clue is going to rhyme with that. I'll come to that later. Oh, dot is to mark, spot, mark, dot, the, and point. Spot, dot the dot, dot to dot, spot, mark, and point. Dot the dot, yeah. Dot the dot. Oh, excuse me. Okay. What's this? Offer ring to one who's not intended. Mrs. Offer. Don't know. Okay, let's have a look at this one. A cow's audible. There's my A. A loud. No. A mood. Goodbye. A cow's audible is a moo. Goodbye. Don't know. Is the writer to be sold? My friend. What's that H going to be? Writer pen. My friend. Evil doctor to tattoo. Most of. Evil doctor. Doctor Death. No. Okay, let's look at some of these downs again. One shooting around outstripped hair. Backing primarily. This one's charged to protect. Oh, what have we got? One shooting around outstripped hair. Backing over primarily. So is that HBO for OHBO? This one's charged to protect. Don't know. Source of warmth. Lads pronounced grin. Sun. Sunset. Sun. Spot. Spot grin. Sun. Shade. Sun. Tan. Sun's hot. Grin. Hot. Sun's grin. Smile. Or is it pronounced grin? Is that? I'm assuming that's sun. Okay, suns is S-O-N-S. It's for lads, so that's a sound like that. Grin is a pot. Grin. Don't really see that. Okay, let's have a look at the next across. Fixer up. Ran over to stable. No. Fixer up, ran. Fixer up is 7 letters and ran is R-O maybe. Fixer up, ran over. I'm sure there's some kind of anagram there. No. To stable. I don't know, principal relative ratio. Okay, that's the principal clue. Spanish, maybe brainier, almost devious. I mean, Spanish can be ES or SP maybe. I don't know. Spanish maybe. Brainier, almost devious. Okay, so is that just an anagram of brainy? Yeah, I think it's an anagram of brainy. Spanish maybe would be Iberian. Iberia. Yeah, well, let's try to spell it correctly. Iberian. There we are. No second I. Yep. Acrobat. One who in 60s was iconic. Acrobat. Twiggy. I'm trying to think who's iconic in the 60s because I think it's going to be a play on words really. So the swinger. Maybe that's a swinger, I reckon. What's this? Is Douglas on a peninsula? Something about Isle of Man, is that? Just going to scroll down a bit. Is Douglas on a peninsula? Gosh, on to island peninsula. We got there. Arm to the teeth. Is that gonna? I think Douglas is probably. Well, Douglas is the capital of Isle of Man, which is why I'm thinking about that. I don't necessarily think that's right actually. On reflection, can't get that one. So let's go down to pests playing sitar. Okay. With tin whistler at the end. Anagrams pests, I would think. RT whistler, tin whistler. Tin is SN in the thingy, whistler at the end. I mean, if that's an S, that has been it is, doesn't it? Calm rests for hospital staff. Calm, peace. Ida Downs, Ida Ward, hospital staff, ears and throat. Porters. Okay. Okay. That was that one I looked at already. Didn't know that. Oh, sunsets. What is that? Sets. Pronounced grin. Sets. I assume that has to be sunsets. I'm going to leave that S there for now. Just see. Is Douglas on a peninsula? Can you see something? I don't know. Posing bulk of. Still on screen. Let's just see. Just about on screen, aren't I? Opposing bulk of US territory, Caribbean island. Opposing bulk. Opposing is Antigua. Guam being the US territory. Fair enough. Excuse me. I've still got another one off screen. What may you get from Chavs ignobly? The sign. Okay, there's a hidden word for you. New England gentleman getting up out of bed rises. New England. Yeah, rises. Sir. Upwards and then risen. New England. NE. Okay, I'll go with that. See, I'm still on screen. Got my last one. Cockney mob. Loudly rode. Awed. Roared and awed, I suppose. Awed. Roared. Okay. Awed. I don't know if that's meant to be a sound like of AWED or I don't know. I'm not feeling the love for this puzzle already. Really, it just feels a bit hard for what I want from a. Personally, what I want from a Everyman is to kind of rip through it and be done in about the time I'm now at. Really, rather than be going, oh, what could this be? On island. I think that's going to be an island there. In island. Is Douglas on a peninsula? Out on an island? Out. No man is an island. No man is an island, that is. think that phrases. I don't quite. As I say, Douglas is the capital of Isle of Man. Is Douglas on a island on a peninsula? No, no. Man is an island. The Isle of Man is an island. There we go. Right. That must be Sunbeam, mustn't it? Duh. Okay. That S was getting me there. Fix up ran over. That looks like an anagram of over, maybe. Ran over. Let's get up and go up a little bit more, can't I now? So, backing over primarily. This one's charged to protect. One shooting around. Outstripped hare. Is outstripped hare saying take an AE? AE. Backing over. Where's my backing over primarily? BO. RE. RA. One shooting around. Calm rests. Hospital staff, surgeons, nurses, doctors. Calm. Pedestrians. Ped. Trians. Okay, let's not look at this one. Fix her up. Ran over to stable. No. Fix her up. Is that up? Ran over? Could be. What would you make that? I don't know. Up, ran over. What's my letters? Vancouver. Fixer suggests maybe fix her up. Ran over to stable. No, I don't feel very confident about doing that. I don't feel very confident about that ending there. Heredity I couldn't pass. In this place. Heartless simple tune, yeah, so take out the second T from ditty. Okay, that I do like now. Heredity. What this is, unsaturated fat. Chat. What? Can't be what, can it? Let's look at this one. Spinner's advice to Great Expectations lad. So the lad in Great Expectations was, I want to say it's Kit, but I think it was. Consider, I've read it as well. That's the worst part. Considering using pawnbroker where money may be found. Pip. Pip his name was. Pip. Hip. Hip poorest. Pip. Hip. Pip. Pip tourist. Hip poorest. Hip poorest. Okay, let's look at this one. Judgment in hearings parallel. Judgment tense. Terse. Mouldy Frenchman. Mouldy Frenchman. Tears up. I mean, tears up could be an anagram. When cleaned up. Mouldy. When cleaned up. No. I don't know what to do with this cow's audible goodbye. A cow's audible. Is it the name of a cow? Type of cow? I can only think of Jersey cows and heifers and goodbye would be adios. Adios doesn't fit there. This offer a ring to one who's not intended. Mass mistake. Mass offer. I mean, I'm assuming a setia is right. Excellent, Mr. and love to return. I think that's right. I don't really know for certain, but A1 is excellent. Tess is the D'Urvilles, and love is O. Offer mass ring to one who's not intended. Miss. There's miss thing, isn't it? Mistake. Mistake. Miss. That was an E, gosh. Evil Doctor. To tattoo most of infants, covering bottoms up. I'm assuming that rhymes with that, which makes that a fat. That'd be a hat. Chat. Can't be what, because what doesn't rhyme. That. It must be a that, mustn't it? Coming bottoms up. Did to that. Most of infants. Babes. Children. I'll drink to that. Okay. So yeah, kind of bottoms up is to drink, isn't it? I think. L is ink for tattoo. Ink tot. Ink tots. Ill is evil. Doctor is okay. So ill is evil. Dr is doctor. Tattoo is to ink. Tot is that. Covering is a hat. Wow. I'll drink to that. Unsaturated fat. Good. Okay. Calm. Odd. Odd. Out. Orderlies. Orderly. Okay. Orderlies. Okay, what we got here? Is it? It's not bucket, is it? Mr. Bucket in one of them things. Great Expectations lad is Pip. I'm sure. Pocket. Hip pocket. Pip Hocket. Hocket, yeah. Pip Hocket. Hip pocket. Wow, really? Where money may be found is in your hip pocket. So yeah, Pip. And then hock is to put something into porn, isn't it? Hock it. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Mouldy French man tears up when cleaned up. Please, plies. Let's go have a look at this one. Miss. One is not intended. Miss. Is it miss? Mass? Moss? Mess? Muss? Okay, I'm going to go and have a look at this one down here because I really haven't got the impatience for this. Playing sitar, okay, so that must be sitar is itras. Playing sitar must be with tin whistler at the end. What's my tin whistler doing at the end? Pests are I asked, doesn't really work. Itras doesn't really work. I've got my R already, haven't I? Oh, so actually sitar is IA, IS, IT, itrascents, pests, irritants, I think those. I don't know what is irritants. Okay, so we've got sitar somehow, I think. Irritants are pests. We've got an anagram of sitar, tin, and another R, I think. Okay, fixer-upper to over to stable, renovator. I'll biff that as. Run over to, ran over to, renovator, okay. Let's just take it out and see. Ran over to, yeah. Renovator, okay. What have we got here? One shooting, oh gosh, this one. One shooting around. Outstripped hair, what's the H doing? Backing, AR? Or is it RA? Backing over. Arrow. Guardian. This one's charged to protect as a guardian, I think. Oh, so is that guardian? So why is that one shooting around? One shooting around. Outstripped hair is AR. So let's take these bits out as we work them out. Backing over. Primarily this one's backing over. Primarily this one's charged to protect. No. Maybe it's not Guardian then. I think it is Guardian though. Just from the wordplay really. One's charged to protect. A Guardian protects you. One's shooting as a gun. Okay, let's go that way. Gun. Around outstripped hair is AR for gut hair, and then backing over is aid. Backing. Oh yeah, you give aid to someone. Okay. Right. Well, we're almost there. I say we. I mean me. Oh, how I laugh. 26 minutes. Okay, it feels like it's been a lot longer. 26 minutes so far. This just adios isn't right. Is it adios? Okay, let's assume that's adios, and I've just got this wrong. Not that I think I have, but I'm going to tell myself I've got it wrong. Is the writer to be sold, my friend? Is the writer? The writer is me. I see how quickly I've changed from that idea that it couldn't be that. Is the writer is me or I'm? Okay, let's have a look at dot the dot. Spot. Spot is a dot. Mark is a dot and a point. Maybe it's dot and dot. Dot. Maybe it's not dot the dot. I mean, it has to be dot, doesn't it, really? And the word I would think I'll point. Maybe it's not that. Let's have a look at this one. Offer ring to one who's not intended. Miss. There's not many things going there. My mass, mess, muss, miss, moss. I'm trying to think of a word that would fit there, like misplace. If you offer it to the wrong person, then you'll kind of mislabeling it. But I can't think of any four-letter words that would fit there, really. Which is why I don't know. But miss would sound right for miss. Mouldy Frenchman. Right, I'm going to hit the pause button and have a think to myself about this because it's probably been long enough watching. Okay, within 30 seconds of looking at this clue, I just kind of suddenly thought maybe it's an anagram tears up. And the mouldy Frenchman, obviously Louis Pasteur, found, is it penicillin? Through looking at mouldy stuff, finding mould. In hearing's judgment, I want that to be a taste. Test. In hearing's parallel. Taste, test, taste. Judgment. There's not a lot of things that get taste, test, testy, intestate, tust, tist, tossed, toast. Tosh, don't know. I don't think there's a lot of fit there, really. I'm happy that Pasteur is correct, so that's good. Tassel, tesp, tisp, tosp. Oh. Taste. Why would that be taste? Judgment in hearings. Taste. Parallel. Okay, well, got that kind of corner sorted now, apart from don't know what to do with that one. This is the writer to be sold, my friend. Um, I don't know. I'm going to go back to the pause mode now, I think to myself. Okay, well, I just kind of popped back because I've somehow got ended up on that. I think, yeah, basically that is taste, because if you have judgment, then you're said to have taste. Um, I don't know what the parallel is doing there at this moment. Taste. I assume it's sound like. But anyway, so that's, I feel fairly convinced about that. I wonder if this could be missell. You know, if you miscall, offer a ring. So ring. I wonder if it's a ring is to call or mistell. Offer, miscall. I wonder about missell. I think it's a miss. Something to do with miss something, but miscall would be to misdial. Misdial would be. If that was misdial, I'm not convinced it is, but if it was misdial, you know, ring to one who's not intended, you'd misdial, wouldn't you? But why that would be offer, I don't know, misdial. Is the writer to be sold? My friend, I put the H back in there for now. Because I know what the dot can be really nice. Dot is a spot, a mark is. Oh, it's just dot. There we are. Because literally, there's an ellipsis at the end, which is dot, isn't it? That's amigo. Am I go? I think that's amigo, which means that must be a cow's goodbye. A aloha. I think aloha. I think that's the answer. Goodbye is aloha as well as hello. I think in whatever language. Aloha. Yeah. Okay. Cows are low, so it sounds like that. Right. Let's go through that as best I can. I mean, oh well, 32 minutes of time. I think there's about 3 or 4 minutes extra, so that's taken me probably about 35, 36, 37 minutes, something like that to do. So turned out okay, but gosh, that was not much fun, I have to say, at the end. Right, so we've got a bit of a cryptic clue here. So if you're battle ready, then you're armed to the teeth, and you've got choppers, then you've got the teeth, haven't you? So that's just a cryptic kind of clue. Assuming that Ossetia is correct, it must be a border region. I'll look it up in a minute and find out where it is. Excellent is A1. Miss d'Urberville is Tess of the D'Urbervilles, Hardy novel, and Love is O, as in the tennis scoring novel, and To Return says put it backwards. So I'm going to just pause and go and find out where Ossetia is. Okay, from what I can see, Ossetia is a place in Georgia, near Russia, that Georgia, in the Caucasus Mountains, Great Caucasus Mountains. Let's move on to Pasteur. So the mouldy Frenchman is Louis Pasteur. So he's famous. So famous I can't even think. Pasteurisation. So he found mould on something, and therefore that's the mouldy Frenchman bit. Pasteur is an anagram of tears up, and when cleaned up is your anagram indicator. Is the friend to be sold? Is the writer to be sold? My friend. Well, my friend is an amigo. Is the writer to be sold is a tough way of saying am I go. I mean, am I go? Not very keen on that, if that's the breakdown of that, and that is correct. I suspect it is. Poorly is, I think it's saying, is an anagram of raised oath. I might need the as well, and previously discussed is aforesaid. Okay, evil is ill. DR for doctor. To tattoo is to ink. Most of infants are tots, so take the S off of tots, gives you tot, and a covering is a hat, and bottoms up is I'll drink to that. Whew, okay, with endless fury, so take the Y off of fury and then do an anagram fur, aren't, tasted A. Dodgy is your anagram indicator, and unsaturated fat is apparently an unhealthy ingredient. Someone who does fixing up, a fixer-upper is a renovator, which is an anagram of ran over 2. Stable no, I think stable no is your anagram indicator there, which is a nasty anagram indicator, and This is kind of what I'm not enjoying about Everyman, is that these clues are getting more and more complicated just to get to that being an anagram indicator. Principally, so we've got a principally clue, so one of the trademark clues here. Principally is saying take an acrostic of relative association that indicates odds, which gives you ratio. Spanish maybe, so Iberia is made up of Spain and Portugal, so it could be Portuguese, but in this case Spanish maybe is Iberian. Borania is an anagram of Iberian, but without the R, so take the, almost is saying take the R off, anagram the rest to get devious is your anagram indicator. I think, well, an acrobat is a swinger, fair enough, and one who in the 60s was iconic, so you got the swinging 60s icon of it, so that's fair enough. And then we've got, is Douglas on a peninsula as a question, so then we reply, no, Man is an island. So Douglas is the capital city of the Isle of Man, hence it's not on a peninsula, it's an island, so Isle of Man. There you go, I won't labour that one any further than I have already. So we've got A is in the clue, and then a cow's low. So a cow's low, therefore they are lowers. Audible is saying it's a sound like of that, so alloa. And alloa is one of the phrases for hello. I think it's both hello and goodbye in Hawaii. I think definitely it's goodbye in this clue. I guess I don't really understand this. Offer ring to one who's not intended. So misdial. I mean, if you phone someone, you misdial, don't you? To what? If you phone the wrong person, you misdial. Offer, misdial. Not sure. Not entirely sure that is misdial. I think it is. Don't really understand the off bit. So this little top corner's been very hard. So yeah, missed what was going on here and bunged in dot the dot. And actually we're looking, spot is a dot, a mark is a dot, and a point is a dot, and then we've got the ellipsis there, the dot dot dot, to tell us that's what the clue is after. And we've had a few of those recently where it's been punctuation marks in the clues. Poo-poos is just one word, so, and then we go into a kabuki. Characters in is telling us there's a hidden word in that, which is Osaka, the Japanese port. Spoonerisms are where you change the sound of the start of words. So Spooner's advice to great expectations lad considering the pawnbroker. So Pip is the great expectations lad, and he was going to hock it. Or rather, Spooner's advice is to Pip hock it, and therefore you may find money in your hip pocket. I never worked this one out, did I? Judgment. So if you've got good judgment, you've got good taste. Hearing's parallel. Taste. Let me just pause the video, see if I can figure out what that's about. Unfortunately, I cannot decode what that hearing's parallel is about. That one's beyond me. Let me know down in the comments if you figure it out. Okay, Everyman. So this is another one of his trademark clues. Every man practices hygiene. And we've got you say is saying it's a sound like. So we've got Everyman is I, as in it's him, I. And practicing hygiene is to wash. So I wash is a phrase meaning baloney. That's rubbish. In this place is here. We've got a heartless simple tune. So a simple tune is a ditty, but we take out one of the T's, which gives us the rest of heredity. Heredity is something that's passed down. Fair enough. Gosh, what have we got here? We've got pests are irritants. Playing is taken as an anagram of sitar, tin. And then Whistler and an R from Whistler, I think. It's got two R's in irritants, yep. So R from Whistler is indicated by at the end, and then tin and sitar, playing as your anagram indicator. Calm rests for hospital staff. Well, hospital staff are orderlies. Calm rests, order lies. Yep, so order is calm, and lies, if you go for a lie down, then you're having a rest. So lies, order, lies. Oh gosh, this was fun, wasn't it? One shooting is the gun, so G-U-N, going around outstripped hair. So take the A and the R from hair, so strip out the H and the E, gives you AR. So now we've got DIA. Backing over, so we've got, if I give you my backing, I give you aid maybe. Turn that over, gives you the DIA. Primarily, this one's charged protect. Hang on, I'm not sure what the primarily is doing in this clue. This one's charged protect. Well, a guardian is definitely due to protect. Charged protect, sorry. Backing over primarily. No, don't know what that. Maybe I've got it wrong, but I think that's how that clue breaks down. So I don't know what primarily is doing in that clue. If you know, let me know in the comments. Source of warmth is a sunbeam. Sun is pronounced, so we've got that sound like a sun, which is S-O-N becoming S-U-N, and then a grin. Grin is a beam. That's a simple one, a bit of an oldie that I totally missed as I was doing it. Let's see if I can get these on screen. If you're opposing, then you're anti. The bulk of the US territory of Guam, so take the M off of Guam, gives you Antigua, which is a Caribbean island. What may you get from Chav's ignobly, is a V sign. It's a hidden word. May you get telling it's a hidden word from, and it's also a bit of all-in-one, isn't it? V sign is the answer. N for new, E for England. Gentleman is Sir, getting up, so goes up to get risen, coming down, which is out of bed. And then the Cockney mob. Okay, it's a horde. Yeah, Cockney mob is a horde, but because we've lost the H, they become an ord. And if you rode, so sound like, it's kind of indicating it's the Cockney version. Road is ord. So I think that's the whole puzzle. Whew, good 35 minutes there at least, maybe a little bit more. But I'm assuming I'm right on those couple of clues. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you managed it.